Hi everyone. So did you also lose money in the Paytm's IPO crash? If yes, then worry not, because in this video we'll give you some tricks which will help you to prevent from becoming a fool in the future. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Talking Simple, and today we have a very interesting topic which is the IPOs and the greater fool theory. So in this video we'll find out what is this greater fool theory and how to prevent from being one of the greater fools in the market. So I have with me Karan, and my first question to you Karan is what is this greater fool theory and how is it related to this IPO crash?
So first of all, hello Shivesh. I see we got a very interesting topic on the table today. The greater fool theory, as the name itself explains, is one of the most it is one of the most commonly observable theories around us. As per this theory, the public, they tend to buy overvalued securities which are far more overly priced as compared to their valuation, in the hope that they will be able to sell those securities to someone else in the market who will pay them more than the cost of acquisition. And that some other person here is called the greater fool. So, for instance, as you've already mentioned about the Paytm IPO crash, people people in the first place they jumped in to subscribe to the shares of Paytm when the IPO was open. Then eventually, when the IPO closed and the stock was finally listed on the index, it opened at a significant discount of around 9%, and then it went down and down, and by the end of the day, the stock fell by approximately 27%. So it is a classic example of the greater fool theory, because people they jumped on to apply for the shares in the hope that on the day of listing, they will be able to find another buyer to whom they can sell their holdings at a much higher price. That is, they can find someone who is a greater fool than themselves. But it seems that in this case, the public who got the allotment, they ended up being the greater fool themselves.
Okay, so is this something similar to Bitcoins also? Because like I heard that Jim Cramer, who is America TV shows Mad Money's host, he told that he's investing in Bitcoins only because of this greater fool theory. So what is the relation to that?
Yeah, we can connect this theory with the Bitcoin also, because as per many experts like Warren Buffett, Bitcoin has no intrinsic valuation. People are just buying it in the hope that they will be able to sell it to someone at a higher price than their cost of acquisition. And as you rightly pointed out, Jim Cramer of Mad Money, he has clearly mentioned that he is holding Ethereum, which is a form of cryptocurrency, just in the hope that he believes there are millions of greater fools in the market to whom he will be able to sell those Ethereum later on and make a handsome profit.
Okay, so I think then like this concept is applied in general to investing and markets, I think, right?
Yeah, this concept of the greater fool theory, it applies to basically a variety of asset classes. Like in the stock market, we see bubbles being formed whenever a penny stock or a hot stock is being pumped up in order to shoot its prices, which exceed the valuation of the share. We can see it in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. We can see it in the real estate like the 2008 US financial crisis, and in several other forms of asset like artwork, paintings, and all.
Okay, so is this something which people should rely on to make money?
There are two aspects to this. If we do not have the time to sit in front of the trading screen whole day and night, like we are students, we are employed, or we are a businessman, then we do not have a lot of time to do that. Then we should strictly avoid using this strategy to make money, because markets are very volatile, and in a moment of few minutes or few seconds, we have seen markets crash, especially the cryptocurrency market. And on the other hand, those portfolio managers who are well versed with the markets, they have their strategies, they have systems in place to avoid huge amount of losses. They can use this as an opportunity to make money if they spot that yes, there are a lot of fools in the market, and they can make a quick amount of money, and they can stop themselves from being the greatest fool. Yes, they can apply this theory in such cases.
Okay, so you're saying that it's not for the common people, but for the experts, they can definitely do this, right?
Yeah, right, you got it right.
Okay. So, do you have any suggestions for our viewers? Because in future, I think many IPOs are coming, and people are interested in investing into them. So, do people have to fear about investing in IPOs now, or do you have any tricks which can help them from getting fooled?
So yes, as the IPO season is going on and we have a lot of IPOs on the line, investors need to be cautious about investing or applying in each and every company, and they need to carry on due diligence. They have to carry on the fundamental analysis. They need to study the business model, the revenue growth, the profit making ability, and all that before applying for any particular IPO, instead of just jumping on day one or day two or day three to apply for IPO.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, I think basically people have to do their own research before jumping into anything and not follow the herd, right?
Yeah, right. The
Okay. So do you have any advice on how to prevent from becoming one of the greater fools in the market?
As per experts, there are few simple ways which can help us to avoid being a part of this trap. Like the most easiest and at the same time the most difficult way is to control our greed and to resist our temptation to try to make big money within a short period of time. It is very hard to do. Secondly, we need to do a proper research and follow a plan before applying in any IPO or before purchasing any security. And we have to avoid being following the herd blindly. We, we should not pay higher and higher prices for anything without a good and proper reason. And apart from these tricks, we need to adopt a long-term strategy for investments to avoid bubbles.
Okay. Thank you, Karan. I think you have clarified all of our doubts. And to all of our viewers, if you like our video, then please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel. And please also comment in the comment section what videos we should make in the future.
Yeah, in case you have any doubt about this theory or about the IPOs in general, please feel free to comment. Thank you and bye-bye.